button, get the red sign, and then you release the button.
Yeah. Just put my foot. We've got a 10,000 RPM limit. I just put my foot all the way to the floor and just release the button, and then it does it. It does it all for you. But it feels very.
The noise it does for me is awful.
Yeah.
Showed was that there are some areas where our system controlled on the computer was superior, and other areas where the driver still had an edge. So it was useful to do the back-to-back tests for us to see which areas we still had work to do.
And are you confident that that work will be completed in time for the kick-off of 1993?
Fairly confident, yeah.
Williams' test programme, with its own cars and its own teams of mechanics, goes on 12 months of the year. 3 more times they'll return to Estoril before the start of the 1993 season. And it doesn't always go smoothly. Twice in one day, Alain Prost no sooner left the pits than he broke down and had to be towed back for an afternoon of idleness. Fortuitously, this was the afternoon that Patrick Head and Frank Williams dropped over to Estoril to see how things were going.
You had a lot of throttle problems, didn't you?
Yes.
Gone back to the normal.
That's a standard. It turned out to be the mechanical linkage of the thing was sticking.
Was it?
Yeah. So let's take it off.
Yeah. Okay.
It's doing a very similar thing to what it was in the dynos, doing this.
Yep. And how were the after 29 laps?
A bit of wear on the left front, but not too bad.
Balance is reasonable?
No, balance was not very good. I mean, not really the balance, but a bit too much understeer. But it's like you have a very stiff compound, and over bumps, you're losing the grip from the front. I mean, front and rear, but you're losing the... It's quite hard.
I've got the same strategy in Alain's car as I have with Damon's, and the only other difference is the fluid, of course, and the fact that we've got 6 dogs there and 6 dogs in Damon's.
6 dogs in Damon's?
Yeah.
The junction between the seat back bulkhead and the floor, I don't think is very strong. We may have to put some mechanical fasteners in there.
At the moment, there's move back position. There's a bolt through there anyway.
Through the flange, yeah.
Right at the back of the garage, Frank Williams shared his latest thoughts about the second driver vacancy with Alain Prost.
Tous les ingénieurs ici me poussent pour Damon. Il dit que sûrement a beaucoup de talent, il est très vite, mais les mêmes voix me disent que ne connaît pas beaucoup de la voiture, ne comprend pas beaucoup de la voiture.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, it depends which... You're obliged to take a small risk anyway. So which one
no
you want
risk,
to take?
No gain.
It would be idle to pretend that this drive by Damon Hill was make or break for him. But with Alain Prost out of action and Frank Williams and Patrick Head in attendance, the spotlight certainly turned his way. Even though it's only a test session, every lap is timed to 1,000th of a second.
On the control, what's his best lap time on the control? Maybe 13.8. Pretty solid, isn't it?
At 5 o'clock, the day's driving is done, and for the umpteenth time, the tyre wear, tyre pressure, tyre temperature is checked. The checkered flag signals to the last car on the circuit to come in. For the great bulk of the team, another 7 or 8 hours' work stretches ahead. The 2 cars are to be completely stripped and reassembled before they can knock off for the night. The engine heads off for its evening post-mortem in the Renault garage next door.
If you finish before midnight, you're looking good. But on a 6-day test, to work after midnight every night, by the end of the week, you really know you've done a week's work. In fact, it's probably 3 weeks' work in 1 week.
Was yesterday 1053, today it's 1041.
Voilà, donc les deux noirs correspondent au moteur, au deuxième moteur du deuxième jour, et le rouge et le rose c'est aujourd'hui.
Tu vois, je sais pas si c'est vraiment très significatif, mais voilà.
For Brian Lambert, ringing Didcot in the evening is like an internal call. Estoril is a branch of the factory gone abroad. The phone and fax bill for the week is £1,500.
G'day, Bob. How you doing? Good. Bob, just a quickie. The rear uprights on the cars.
While the cars are painstakingly stripped, deep in the tiny inner sanctum office in the transporter, Damon Hill must have something of the worry of being up before the headmaster.
Active fluid. Lunchtime, I would hope. Yeah. We didn't know whether we'd given you the good stuff or the bad stuff. I don't think it actually means
Damon, this way. Damon, down here.
Damon, down with the helmet. Just bring the helmet up and that's it, under arm. That's all right. And then round to the...
Primarily, Damon's attraction to Williams is because he is actually very, very fast. Our requirement from him is to not crash the car, is to get on the podium as often as he can, and of course, therefore, and thereby, to win, to obtain as many World Championship points in 1993 to help the Cannon-Williams team retain its grip on the World Championship for Constructors. Clearly, to have another Englishman in the team to follow Nigel is something that will be very well received by all the people who work here. There is still a strong following in the company for Nigel, and I think that following can now focus on another Englishman will be significant to people's enthusiasm and morale here, and that includes me.
Are you glad, Frank, that this is all now signed, sealed, and the Mansell thing is over?
Well, it depends on you guys if the Mansell thing is over. Happily, no one's asked me about that today. I think I nearly escaped, or I thought I'd nearly escaped.
No, sorry.
No, it's one thing on the job list has been crossed off, yeah.